We have only 3 weeks left in the NBA regular season. Week 23 will be a busy one with 18 teams set to play 4 games each. Packed schedules can mean increased production for players who are still available on the waiver wire.
Let's highlight 6 of them to target who are still available in the majority of Yahoo leagues. Nick Richards, Charlotte Hornets, 54% available. The Hornets were one of just 2 teams that only played 2 games in Week 22.
That made Richards expendable in some leagues despite his reliable starting center role for the Hornets. Since the trade deadline, he has averaged 10.6 points, 9.1 rebounds and 1 block over 18 games.
He also shot 69.6% from the field during that span. The schedule flips back in Richards' favor in Week 23. The Hornets are scheduled to play 4 games, so he should be busy. They are also scheduled to play 4 games in both of the final 2 weeks of the regular season.
Add Richards now while you still can. Trace Jackson-Davis, Golden State Warriors, 56% available. After barely finding his way onto the floor earlier in the season, injuries and a suspension to Draymond Green helped Jackson-Davis work his way into the Warriors' regular rotation. He showed plenty of promise, but the Warriors eventually saw their health improve and Green returned to the team.
That resulted in a stretch of 22 games from the middle of January through the end of February in which the rookie was once again relied on for very little playing time. The good news for Jackson-Davis is that he has established a prominent role. Over their last 9 games, he has averaged 23 minutes.
He hasn't let his opportunity go to waste, putting up 11.9 points, 6.7 rebounds, 2.0 assists and 1.9 blocks per game during that span. He's playing well and the Warriors have 4 games upcoming, so Jackson-Davis is a viable fantasy option again.
Andre Drummond, Chicago Bulls, 65% available. It's the 9th seed or bust for the Bulls. Injuries have taken a toll on their roster, but it would take a major collapse on their part not to at least make the play-in tournament.
They do still at least have depth at center, with Nikola Vucevic and his backup Drummond both healthy. Drummond is averaging only 15 minutes over the last 10 games. Still, with his rebounding prowess, he has averaged 7.1
points and 7.5 rebounds during that span. The Bulls will play 4 times in Week 23, so Drummond makes for a worthwhile add for fantasy managers who need rebounds. Vasilij Micic, Charlotte Hornets, 70% available. Micic was buried on the bench for the Thunder, unable to showcase his talent.
Now a member of a Hornets team that has perennially played for a high draft pick, there isn't anyone blocking him from playing significant minutes. LaMelo Ball, ankle, could be done for the season, while Cody Martin, ankle, and Seth Curry, ankle, have also remained sidelined.
With so few options at the Hornets' disposal, Micic has started each of their last 9 games. He hasn't let them down, averaging 16.3 points, 5.1 assists, 1.0 steals and 1.4 three-pointers in the role.
He was also efficient, shooting 52.8% from the field and 88% on free throws. With 4 games on in each of the next 3 weeks, Micic could provide a significant boost when fantasy managers need it the most. Corey Kispert, Washington Wizards, 72% available. The Wizards are another bad team that is dealing with injuries.
They announced this week that Bilal Coulibaly, wrist, will not play again this season. Marvin Bagley, back, hasn't played in over 2 weeks and Tyus Jones, back, has missed 4 straight matchups.
They didn't have much quality depth, so these absences have forced them to rely more on Kispert. Kispert isn't likely to provide many rebounds, assists or defensive stats. However, he is a terrific shooter.
With his expanded role, he has averaged 14.9 points and 2.9 3-pointers over the last 8 games. For someone who takes as many 3-pointers as he does, it was encouraging to see him shoot 53%
from the field during that stretch. The Wizards will play 4 times in both of the next 2 weeks, making Kispert an ideal add for those in need of 3-pointers. Georges Niang, Cleveland Cavaliers, 86% available. Injuries are piling up for the Cavaliers.
Evan Mobley, ankle, remains out. Max Struss, knee, has missed 9 straight games. Dean Wade, knee, has sat out 6 straight, and now Donovan Mitchell, nose, has been sidelined after undergoing a medical procedure. He will be out for at least part of week 23, if not all of it. All of the injuries up front have left added minutes for Niang.
He's not the defender that Mobley is, but he is shooting 36.9% from behind the arc this season. Since moving into the starting lineup, Niang has averaged 14.8 points, 3.9 rebounds, 2.0
assists and 2.9 3-pointers over 8 games. The Cavaliers have 4 games upcoming this week, making Niang a great option who is still available in a lot of leagues.